Hey everyone, welcome to Granblue Radio. This is episode number 340. We're calling this one Gazing at the Moon for multiple reasons. It's like supposedly Moon Festival season around here, which means it's autumn, but it is awful here. It's hot, it's humid. I want actual autumn, DJ. I want to go back to San Francisco. Take me back to where I'm cold.
I'll go back in a couple weeks, so good luck with that.
What's it like back in Seattle for you, DJ, when you landed?
Well, I was wearing a sweater, so nothing changed for me.
So anyway, DJ, you're back from your trip. I'm technically back from the trip where we went to the Cygames exhibition. Japan now, on a terrible connection. So apologies for doing this from potato internet and potato microphone.
Did you remember to record locally for Henry?
Let me go do that real quick, just in case.
Okay. Because he's definitely not going to have a lot of workable stuff with Potato Network.
All right. So let's begin. Welcome to Granblue Radio number 340. This is Vibrating Sheep, reporting from Osaka right now. I go back to Tokyo tomorrow. DJ, you're back in Seattle.
But I was in Japan for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, my total will end up being about 3.5 weeks. So actually closer to 4. It's just that there was a full week in between. Anyway, we went to the Granblue exhibition, and it's not just the Granblue exhibition; it's the full Cygames exhibition, even including some really obscure stuff now, like Puzzle 3 Kingdoms and
about that existing.
Knights of Glory, which mostly lives on in GBF designs. Little Noah has a little platformer now, but you guys spent some serious time over at the Uma Musume exhibit. We both did some digging in the Princess Connect area.
The thing that surprised me the most was that on the tour, all the things also had English.
Yeah, it was awesome. You could actually see, if you zoom in on this picture of Bahamut right here, there's 2 paragraphs. The top paragraph is in Japanese, the bottom paragraph is in English.
Yeah, that was the illustrator note, right? I'll have to look at my camera. I actually took a picture of every illustrator note and stuff like that.
Yeah, every plate for each of the 190 Cinderella girls had their profiles in English, many of them officially done it for the first time.
Also their main units.
Yeah. Were designer notes on each of the anniversary outfits as well.
That one we could not take a picture of.
Yeah, and you can actually see that they're grayed out and mosaic blurred out in the official photo even. So they don't own the rights to that one. They didn't get the permission to do that. You could take a picture of pretty much everything else that wasn't a trailer. It was awesome in there. We have video of this entire wall of Shadowverse cards was interactable, so you could press it and it would actually play the animation.
Evolve, yeah.
Yeah. If it was a follower, it hadn't evolve. If it was a spell, it would just cast the spell.
I really like the Musume one where it went through the different story arcs they went through in the main story. Along with that is also they actually went over the actual horse themselves and the records.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool.
Yeah. Henry was laughing because Starlight Stage was just we want the realism of idols, and then he would just walk over to the most stupid thing and be like, realism. Yep.
Yeah, World Tree, Santa Claus is real.
Remember that Yoshino is quite literally a goddess in human form.
I believe it.
Yeah. Shuko, I believe, has worked for a fox before. Yeah. Anyway, very realistic, just like idols, right? Just like all of these idols here. But the GBF section, this wall right here, I spent a good 15 minutes just staring at it because there's so much like design work, and some of this stuff isn't, well, a lot of the stuff is not in the what is it called? Graphic Archive Extra Works. And so like you can see over here, there's like in the center of my screen at the moment, there's the original design for Kimi to Boku no Mirai, the idol outfits, all the way back in April Fool's, 2015? See like over down at like chest height is original Fedial designs. You can see like Lucilius designs, Beelzebub designs, mechanical designs for things like the Battleship Agastya and like just Vern in 3D. There's so much, and like I seriously could have spent another 15 minutes there and been happy, but there was so much.
Right now.
Yeah. And then yeah, like this look at all of the history of GBF, it was super impressive. I really hope that they do more like this someday with another few years behind their belt. Like anytime that they do a presentation like this, it's just visually impressive, you know? Even the World Flipper section, it was set up as a wall of pinball machines, essentially.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It was fun. This whole thing was super fun. And once again, I hope that...
Did you take a good picture of the AR Bahamut?
I got a video of the AR Bahamut, but yeah, like, there was so much, and, like, I really, really, really hope that this can travel someday. But, you know, it's hard to do that. The closest thing that they would do is that they would like take some of these things and do the whole like, next up it's in Nagoya, next up it's in, you know, Sendai, stuff like that they do with JoJo's. Like right now in Osaka and Kyoto, there's a Precure exhibit for the 20th anniversary, stuff like that. So anyway, I will be sad when this is gone, and I will basically one of the people from Cygames like, we have a lot of pictures. I'm like, give me all of them. It's like, okay, we'll try and give you the ones that we're allowed to that we don't use on our own. I'm like, please.
Oh, I'm looking at the wall again. I'm looking at the Summer Kumbira stuff.
Oh, your own pictures of the wall? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I took 2 pictures and my camera's good enough to show me enough.
Yeah. There's even just like design sketches of food on here. We have like an R gun right below Lamorak designs. Like, I could look at this all. Oh, there's the fried shrimp. I just saw it on the wall there. Here's the, whose bike is that up near the top beneath all of the, there's Anubis up top, and you go down to the left. Whose bike is that? Is that Vern? No. Anyway.
I'm looking at the bike section right now. The thing is there's like 3 bikes. There's 2 bikes, I see.
Anyway, we've gone on way too long about this and gushing
like
about
Tsubasa.
it.
Like
is
a
it?
Different design of Tsubasa.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, super cool. Absolutely worth it. I mean, even Miranda, who's not as invested into Cygames stuff as we are, just was like, not as invested into Cygames. It was really cool. She thought it was amazing. Just
yeah,
a very good display of art and design, and just all the work that goes into this. Very impressive.
I like how I've seen that Grand Cypher like many times, and it still always looks amazing to me.
I mean, that's why they keep pulling it out, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how many times that particular Bahamut statue has been pulled out. Anyway, very cool stuff. But let's go back into the main thing that we do here, which is Granblue Fantasy. So this out, and go into GBF. All right, so we're going to do things a little bit differently because I can't actually see what Kaguya does, and she's one of the big people who came out in the gap between episodes here. And so, grand character, everybody has huge expectations for these, and so, like, I don't know about you, but I don't think we saw her in very many, specifically not Unite and Fight. She's not made for Unite and Fight, but, like, I haven't seen many people talk about her as a character.
Well, to be fair, immediately wasn't Unite and Fight. And B, because she has a very targeted ability that she revolves around, makes it harder to use a Unite and Fight if you're trying to do things faster.
And especially not when, so there are targeted and manual ways to do Unite and Fight, but she didn't do as much as Summer Korwa is one of the biggest things there.
Summer Korwa is like the god support.
Yeah. All right. So, start then. I guess we'll start with that targeted buff. So, Heavenly Winds, thing that she grants one person indefinitely, and it's never going to be recast, so it's on there and it stays on. It gives wind attack,
50%,
crit,
100% crit for 20%.
Keen.
It's keen.
Yeah. Okay. Your attacks now deal 2 hits instead of 1, and it's random, so it gives you a miniature version of Flurry.
Yeah.
And it gives you auto revive, which is something that they took from her summon.
Let's see here. Allies will keep the Heavenly Winds when knocked out and revived, but then the Heavenly Winds just loses its auto revive effects. It does not stack with other flurry effects, so even if you put it on Grimnir, he does not gain magically another 2 attacks.
Right.
Attack all and Heavenly Winds don't stack. That's the same with every other flurry effects.
And so, like, that's one of the things. All right, so here's what the team stuff that she does is. So, she has a 12-turn cooldown, 5-turn uptime, but she wants to CA a lot to reduce that. 50% defense.
That's pretty good.
50% debuff resist.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's the Anila numbers. And
yeah, but usually it's like if it's not 100, you might as well just be
you get
void.
1,000 refresh, and then after it, you want to cast it again. Oops.
For Moonlight, Miracles of the Moonlight,
which is the recast, I believe.
It's a way better button. It becomes 100% defense of 100% debuff resist. Refresh is still the same, and then 20% damage reduction.
Yeah, and it never turns back, right? It just turns itself off. Yeah,
and you can never recast the button ever again.
Yeah, you can't cast the original blessing. So you want to get to this button as quickly as you can. Then after that, the only button she has left is Lightning Rebuke, which is a unique debuff. Whoops! I just want the else over.
Each one stacks to 5% attack down, 5% defense down, 5% debuff resist down, 5% accuracy down, and 10k supplemental. So, max it out, you just multiply that by 3.
Mm-hmm. And then, the whole thing is that the way that you cheat her cooldowns is that whenever the ally who has her unique buff uses a charge attack at all, then she gets CA reactivate, so her cooldowns go down by 2, and she gets 20 meter. And so there's this entire dance that she does with her chosen ally, where the ally CAs, she CAs twice. When she CAs, then the person that you pick gets 1 time of 30% chaser. And then,
and granted, don't forget that person also has 2 hits instead of 1.
right. And then, yeah, the other thing is that she has a passive that doesn't work until she has cast skill 2 the second time, where then she gets 20% of perpetuity attack, guaranteed double attack, 50% triple attack, and permanent 30% chaser.
Well, it's not guaranteed double attack, since DA down will actually affect that still.
Fair enough. And so, like, this is sort of a dance character. Like, the Eustace style of support has been very strong in the past, and it still is very strong for certain things. And so it's not like this character is bad. It's just that the longer the fight is, the better she is.
But then you still have to outweigh the other characters in Win that are really strong.
Long fights, like Charlotta,
Neon,
yeah. And so as a character, I haven't seen people really talk about her that much. Mostly people talked about the weapon for very good reasons.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're either pairing her up with main character who's a Kengo, or Randall.
Oh, you saw it with Randall? Randall sounds
you would see her with Randall, because Randall, like, CAs like every other turn pretty much, double CAs at that, so she gets 40 meter. Actually, technically another, she gets 60 meter overall from Randall if she did not CA that turn.
So you don't see her with, you hadn't seen her with anybody like, say, Eustace or Alea or anything like that? Is it really Randall's the best option?
I mean, you would pair Randall with Alea.
It's true.
Like, Randall eventually just double CAs, like, all the time.
That is pretty cool, actually. But yeah,
you could also use it with Cal, but at that point you're still just affecting MC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's fair. She's not as specialized as a lot of the other ones, and sometimes you really just need to keep bringing a scalpel instead of bringing just a little, like, Swiss Army knife toolbox. All right.
Yeah.
So on to the weapon. So this weapon made a big stir because of 2 different things. So there's 2 new skills. Well, one of them is all new. The other one we've seen before on a weapon, but that weapon is very unique until now. So the first thing is the Optimus Exalto Arrows, which a lot of people talked about, where you have a 30% boost to Wind, Whirlwind, and Ventosis weapon skills. This thing cannot be boosted, and it goes up to 90%, right?
It maxes out at 90.
So if you're willing to dedicate 3 weapon slots to this, and the thing is that we've mathed out, and like 3 is not really optimal, but it's optional. It is a thing that is viable. Then it goes up to 90%. And then what people realized is that a lot of Wind's grid right now is not by Zephyrus either.
Yep, it is not.
So the Cliome, for example, is not modifiable except for the Majesty skill at the end.
OER Dagger is not.
OER's Beak is still one of the most important weapons in any Wind grid period.
And that one is not multipliable in any way fashion.
Yeah. And so the big thing that it actually modifies right now, other than just some hit points, is its own skill 3, which admittedly is really big. But, you know, this is one of those things that I laugh at a little bit because it's the design, whoever designed this particular skill was like, we want to pull back from the current double elemental. Like, we want to reward people for actually having a Zephyrus again, because you have like your Lucifers, your like some mana divers in short stints will main in Elil, along with like there's the Beelzebub main summon stuff. There's the so There's actually a very strong case for Grimnir main. I saw a decent amount of Grimnir main being auto-summoned.
After his like 160 as well.
Yeah. And so, yeah, this is them pulling back and going, hey, there's something that you really want to boost. And it's this thing right here, Demolishment, which is an amplify to attack damage.
Yep, max out 3%. That's skill level 15. Stacks up to 30%.
And so...
and it's amp.
Yeah, and so this is something that's on Ereshkigal. And a single Ereshkigal maxes this stat out at 30%. For this one, it depends on how willing you are to commit yourself to this weapon. I've seen numbers of people want 2 of them, people want 3 of them, maybe you can get... Yeah, anyway, the point is that, it is a very good thing to have when you are autoing. This is the big thing for playing as Vania, playing as Narmea. Mostly those 2 characters, actually. Those are the 2 biggest features. I mean, Grimnir's probably very good at this as well.
Amping Grimnir is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Especially with all the keen and when you have 2 cat daggers.
And so, the very top end of Wind did actually adopt these, especially since it's it happens to be a dagger, so the piercing gale wings also got slightly better. And so you run this.
Before you put those in the grid because of the 50k and the damage boost, not because of
Yeah. And so, we saw a lot of these in the very, very top end of Unite and Fight. Meanwhile, in our tier of Unite and Fight, we were just I have Grimnir Harp, and I have Grimnir Spoon. I'm doing fine.
Yeah. Unite and Fight, just do your best.
Yeah.
But the thing is that because this has 2 unique skills, is that it actually does help the whatever.
Cliome, yeah. We call it the clam in our crew chat.
Yeah, but because the fact that looks at weapon skill types, not names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so this one was an older grid actually got a huge boost out of this. Actually, the biggest boost coming from the Kaguya dagger was, it's not my old friend. I don't actually have any of these, but it's the Destiny Knuckle. So people who are willing to punch themselves.
The low turn stuff.
Just necessarily low turn. I saw people doing this with just plain Spartan.
Because he eats his health.
Yeah. So Destiny Knuckle, Spartan, Kaguya fan, and because this thing has 3 skills that are all boosted by Zephyrus, then people who do short turn stuff got a huge boost out of this weapon existing. People like us, we're just okay.
Yeah, I couldn't use it. I didn't have it.
Yeah. I even if I did have it, I wouldn't be able to use it very well. For sure. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the book on it. It's if you're high-end Wind, then yes, this helps your race car go faster. If you're, still around the magnitude level, or if you're playing with cat daggers and evanescences, you're I still do mostly skill damage, or CA damage, or CA damage that leads to skill damage.
Yep, that was my runs.
Yeah, because when it came to Unite and Fight, the biggest things that we got were the new Ultimate Masteries. Did we cover those on a previous episode? I think we did, right?
I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah. Wait, when did Ultimate Masteries come out?
It was September 9th?
No.
September 12th? Oh, no. Okay, we got to get to these then.
I don't believe... Well, unless you covered it with Reno when you replaced me that one day.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure of when we got those, because we did cover the updates on characters. So I'm pretty sure we did cover
That's the same day. That's
the same day. Okay, we did cover them. So let's talk about the ones that we actually used a lot of in Unite and Fight this time around. So what was your main class?
I was CAing a lot.
Okay.
Not with Crusader.
So I actually used Crusader a lot in this is my OTK team. It's a 2-chain team. So it would be Seophon into Alea. Here's Astariel doing literal nothing. And because of this new skill, Astropste, it would just clear. And so that was cool. A lot of people used Spartan because Spartan gets to main hand the Wind Opus, and also you can Destiny Knuckle your way to victory. Here's my Nightmare 90 team, which OTK'd it. It was Crusader with Charlotta instead. That was the change.
Yeah, because she gives you a meter.
Yeah. So it turned from a 2-chain into a 1, 2, 3. It was a 4-chain. It was a 4-chain. Followed by Strap Stake. Yeah. Then I did not Robin Hood, but I did Neko and Lumberjack for the last few for safety, because the new Neko and the new Lumberjack, like, it's predictably enough, it's like, I don't have my own Lucifer. I will instead bring my own Lucifer and be my own Lucifer with this Birdsong of Balmy Breeze.
Yeah, Birdsong of Balmy Breeze is amazing.
And so, I did that. I know that everybody in crew was not surprised at all when I did this. I was like, I'm on vacation, guys. I'm not going to make top 90K. Carry me. You actually held to that. You did not.
Yeah, I'm not doing jack. I literally last 3 days of Guild Wars, I was busy every day.
What
One of them was me flying back.
Right. I was on a train for 5 hours for one of those days, so I'm like, I guess I'll just full auto while being online. There's nothing for me to do but sit in this chair with good internet. Another of those days.
Day 1, Piki. Day two, we went to Moongazing Inori. Day 3, I traveled back to Tokyo. Day 4, I'm on a plane. That was my Guild Wars.
Let's see. Let me make sure of my schedule on those days. So I know that Minase Inori was there. I got to Sendai a day before you. And so I went up. So, all right. So it was what? The 21st was prelims. That was when I landed. That was Tokyo Game Show. So I was walking Tokyo Game Show while doing prelims, I think. 22nd was interval day, so that doesn't matter.
That was fun for me. I got stuck in the rain.
I mean, you actually did have fun. You were out in the club.
Yeah, that was sick. I loved it.
Yeah. What was I doing? What I was doing on the 22nd anymore. I'll look at my pictures later, but the 23rd, I know I went to Sendai. So I took a train, so that was 2 hours of me sitting in place. Then I went up to the statue of Date Masamune.
I thought you did that the day after.
Was it? Oh,
yes,
I think I must have done that on the 24th. I did that before.
Because you did that before Minase Inori.
Okay. So the 23rd, I think I was traveling up. So, that was the day that I
met that night.
That was the day that Pocky told me to meet up with him and his friends, and that was the second trip to the Grand Cypher Cafe in 2 weeks. And so over there, I was just like, yeah, I'll just mash while we're sitting at the table. Like, I can hold a conversation while my hand just does Unite and Fight over and over again.
Meanwhile, me and another a foreigner from a different country were talking about how we're just giving out Unite and Fight that day. Yeah,
that's fair. That's totally fair. And then the 25th and 26th, I was working. So it's just the usual. Oh, wait, the 25th, specifically, I was walking Den Town. Walking around shopping.
By then.
Yeah. And so, I was record shopping, I was retro game shopping, and things like that. And so, GBF played itself in my pocket.
I met up with Pocky, and then I went to a bar.
Nice. So anyway, yeah, like I was just like, hold me to this. I'm not gonna make top 90K.
I will never hold you to anything, Dom. You literally are able to mash while you're on vacation.
Like narrator voice. What did I get? Let's see here. Unite and Fight. Rankings. I got 2.25 billion. What the?
I hit my the amount I needed to get a stand.
I got 4888888.
Yeah.
Definitely on purpose.
Not top 90K.
Nope. Nope. Not me.
I will never believe you. You're not gonna hit top 90K.
Be in a cave.
You literally need to be in the submarine in order for you not to be able to.
At least so. Anyway. All right. Let's.
I do like the other lumberjack skills too. Like one of my runs I was trying to do the log lop.
I did definitely log lop.
The thing I found out is that my fastest time is actually just doing the CA stuff and then just refreshing, because the thing that takes longer is the post-turn stuff.
Is the animations? Yeah, that's fair. I was definitely just leaving it on, and my fastest times, unsurprisingly, were Necromancer with CA turned off for exactly that reason.
Yeah, the problem is I don't have a critical character in a lot of those sit-ups.
Mm-hmm.
So CA looping was cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool and safe.
Sometimes Yule just takes out everything for me.
Yule's such a cool character now.
Yeah, just if I didn't take damage, I will do the damage.
There were a couple of runs with Yule where at 50% she just tanked and dodged the whole thing and then dispelled like half of the stuff that came up. Like, oh, that's cool. I wish I could replicate that. I wish it was consistent, but it's not. Anyway, the last things to talk about for us, because we're going to talk about Dragon Weeks Before Daybreak next week. I think it was a cool event. I don't know if you read it yet.
Nope.
Yeah, that's totally fair. It's a long one, and it's setting up for what I predict, and I have been predicting for months, will be the Dragon Knights anniversary event. So see you in February. But the next things that are happening are that we've got the
free quest back.
Yeah. Dread Barrage is coming next month.
Year.
Was it a year? Hold on.
I was talking about this with Miranda, like, with Dread Barrage exists and you would be able to get your weapons easier. However, it's been a year since the last Dread Barrage.
Holy cow! Extra Unite and Fight.
And then they showed it, I'm like, awesome. I'll tell her later.
Okay. But anyway, so we've got the free quest list now. We've got, so this is long overdue. And the icons of various things have been changed so that we can actually see things that are important that drop in those old R-only and SR-only quests. And then this is my favorite. For those of you who come after me, please don't do what I did and do 10 extractions at a time in alchemy. When I first did the 100 extractions at a time, I threw in like 10,000 flowers, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. This took long enough. So alchemy got way better. Yay! Yay!
No, we skipped out on Paris.
Yeah, we can actually talk about Paris. So the thing about Paris that so hold on. So thank you for reminding me about Paris.
I remember someone found like a stupid loop that you could do.
Oh, all right. So here's the thing, right? The skill that Paris has. So we look at level 140 Henri. I just unlocked this. Level 130 is that he has a chance to sub for the ally with lowest HP, right?
I don't think it's a chance. It just says
it's 100%. It's 100% once you have 3. You max it out at 3.
Oh, you're talking about Henri.
This is Henri. This is a level 130 ability, and so then we bring ourselves over to the boy Paris. Let's see here. I have to go to included items somewhere. There it is. Included items. Scroll all the way down to the Earth section. Where's the boy? Here he is. And he has the same thing passively. Substitute for the ally with the lowest HP. Yeah. There are ways to manipulate it so that, for example, your entire team has 1 hit point, or everybody has exactly 20,000 hit points except for Paris, and he'll continue to sub for all of them. Or you'll do it so that your MC has the highest and the other 2 have lower, and he'll continue to sub for them. So there's a lot of possibilities with just Count's dignity before we even look at what his active skills do.
He also has like 2 hostility nodes too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he has 2 hostility nodes in his individual abilities.
But yeah, I've seen things where you like loop CAs with Paris. He dodges all and subs for the 2 characters at low health, and your MC can CA and dodge, you know? And so only Paris gets targeted and only white damage can kill him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
also, if he upon being targeted, he gains more dodge naturally, up to 50%. He also just gets 10% meter, and his unique stack rises.
And then, yeah, so he can attack out of turn to get himself some meter, and it's actually only a 6-turn cooldown. For other characters with this who are offensively oriented, it's like 4 turns or something like that, but still, given that he's primarily a tank, it's pretty nice. He
also gets a chaser 1 time and guaranteed TA. That's pretty cool.
But like most of the uses I've seen for him are very, very focused on Count's dignity and his ability to dodge all on CA. Like this substitute, like the active substitute, kind of doesn't matter because
he's just doing it anyways.
Already doing it, yeah. Like the supplemental damage is something that you'll press this button for, and the dodge and counter is, fine. But really, like this uses up his meter. Just involves him existing. So we'll see uses for him in all future Earth content when people try and like manipulate health values.
It doesn't work when it hits everybody, right? Because it's a normal substitute.
I can't remember. Let me look at the notes that they have on Wiki for him.
What you just says it's a substitute. It's not a sub.
It's not a sub all, yeah. It's like it's regular sub, yeah.
I like that. I like this note of Count's dignity. Takes effect even if his current HP is lower than that of the ally. He only looks at other allies' HPs, not himself, in the counting.
But yeah, like the ways that you work with this are interesting, and we'll see what happens when we get around to the next, like Pride of the Ascendant, for example. Like you can gimmick out certain fights with this, maybe.
I mean, it already exists.
Yeah.
Like the Earth was not unknown to not just taking your MC
taking damage,
or anyone not taking damage.
Yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much it, right? After you reminded me that Paris exists, okay.
Yeah.
So, Dragon Weeps before daybreak. We have another day before Premium Gala starts tomorrow. And we have Choreogra on Sunday Japan time.
So Sunday for you.
My sense of the days of the week has gotten very, very messed up. Working in one time zone and being on the schedule of people in a different time zone is not something that I recommend. Next time I'm doing this, I'm just gonna tell my team, like, I'm gonna be working on Japan time. I'm gonna be working on Singapore time or Australia time. Or, you know what? The better thing to do is just tell them I'm not working.
Yeah, I know that.
But anyway,
however, I still need to make money.
Yeah, also true. All right.
And being gone for 3.5 weeks would not look good.
So true. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be doing this. Bach is like, hey, can I come too? Because, hey, guess what? We're going back to the Grand Cypher Kitchen because they got new merchandise as of the 26th. They have a new menu.
And something's it's already sold out, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Urias is already sold out.
Yeah, like it's Frizz's research.
I think, honestly, that it's a matter of, like, Urias fans have been waiting for this food for a very long time. Mean this both in terms of actual food and also just like being fed as fans for their fandom, because like most of what Urias gets as merchandise is like small acrylic stands or like a keychain, and having a new outfit for this is actually really nice.
I mean, you know how I feel about liking characters that aren't as popular.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel it.
The good news is you don't have to buy a lot of stuff. The bad news is you don't have a lot of stuff to buy.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, DJ, thanks for joining me. I've got a shopping trip to go on.
Yeah, it's like noon your time right now.
It's a little after 1. It's almost 2 o'clock.
It's like noon your time right now.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We will be back. No, I won't be back next week. Anyway, I'll still be in Japan next week, but we'll still do this episode next week because there's going to be a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
October is going to be a busy month for multiple reasons. We've got Tales of Arcarum coming next week, for example. Geisenborger fans are going to get fed. That one's going to be cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to his story just because his stories are just so stupid fun. Anyway, all right. Thank you again, DJ. And we are going to be coming back next week, same time, same channel, different countries.
Again.
Oh, man, I can't wait to be back in my own bed and just ready to live.
I passed out in my own bed.